What's going on, YouTube? And Brahman here with another ranked Conquest. Today we are playing Xbalanque ADC. This is going to be a critique video. So we plan on going to purple here, and the first mistake we made is the fact that I was not in lane. So we should have been in lane pushing up trading, because it gets a little hairy here in a few seconds. At least if they were pushed up, they wouldn't have been able to contest this as well. I don't even know how we got that, to be honest, because I mistimed my auto. And we traded a little bit right there. Trading is okay. I do more damage than him right now. But I did miss a creep. I was going to miss those creeps anyway. So due to a good stun by the Terra, we get a lot of poke on this Rama here, and he has to back off. It doesn't matter too much because our clear is just okay still, because I'm Xbalanque. I'm doing my best to tell the Terra to back off here. Because I just don't have any good clear, man. I should have walked up and autoed that Rama. I didn't want to take creep aggro, but I forgot Bolas triggers creep aggro anyway, because of the fact that I'm hitting them. So it's possible that I could have taken my darts here and kind of slowed him, but I get a better dash off anyway. I end up hitting both of them, and it forces their shell and their sprint. So they call enemies in left jungle. We say no problem. I'm not worried about it because I know Terra can peel whoever I need to peel off. So yeah, it's not a huge issue. I tell her that I'm going to attack here because I popped a health pot. Obviously, I didn't mean to pop that health pot. I mean, not obviously, but I didn't really mean to pop that health pot. But I just told her to back off so I could tank it and actually get some use out of the pot. Alright, so now that I have lane control, and I finally recognize the fact that this Rama got Guardian's Blessing and what I assume is a Frostbound Hammer 1. The things that I would have done differently is I would have been more aggro in lane. The fact that he didn't get devs means he has no sustain from autos. He does have sustain when creeps die, so I don't know how good that is though compared to devs 1. Like, I'm getting 4 health return in auto. I feel like what I'm getting is better. In hindsight, I should have dashed that Athena. I should have dashed in. I don't think it would have killed, but it would have at least done more damage, and forced them bet off. And I would have hit the full wave with it. I was kind of afraid that there was somebody in the jungle. Or the jungler, really. So I should have been more aggressive here. I should have pushed up further. And kind of just traded autos with the Rama. Like I said, he doesn't have any sustain besides that Guardian's Blessing. I don't think it's that much. Okay, so I should have just backed there. I shouldn't have, like, I thought Athena was going to try to stop my back, and maybe she would, but I still should have just backed. This was a mistake. I should not have sat in the wave and traded, and I recognized that after, but I didn't want to waste my dash. I would have rather, I'd much rather just take the damage because I know I'm backing soon. Now, I hear Neja. So, since Terra gets a really, really good stun, I have to commend her. She did such a good job peeling me out there. She immediately stunned the Neja and sprinted me out, so I was home free. Didn't have to use my beads. I kind of trusted him, maybe a little too much, because I could have just beads and dashed, and I probably would have been gone regardless. So that was a really good job by him. I think going devs here is the right choice. I want to start stacking as soon as possible because of the fact that their Rama isn't stacking. Well, at least I don't think he is at this point. Because of the fact that he went Frostbound Hammer, tier 1 Frostbound Hammer, and then, you know, I see that he goes into Boots 1. So I think he's just going to go Boots. And maybe try some ridiculous build. I'm just ulting right so they can try to gank the Chronos. And thankfully I do, which gives me a stack for my passive and an assist. That's really nice. So I try to dash in there so I can get Terra's ults to proc on them. Unfortunately, I don't get it. I would have gotten it after those 2 autos if the dash had hit. If I was paying attention there, I probably could have killed the Athena with a darts and then dash. But then again, I risk dashing in and just getting taunted like during the dash, so it's probably just a bad idea. So I play the safe game and just back to get my dev gloves.
Enemy spotted. I'm returning to base. Be careful. Be careful. Watch.
So I backed and got wards here. I think that's really good. I think it's a really good habit once you get your stacking item online to grab wards so you can safely stack the item, and even beforehand. Especially playing ADC, you're so susceptible to ganks. Terra falls here, I don't really know how. Especially because Rama is like support Rama. And his build is crazy. I guess Terra just kind of forgot that he was the support. And the reason I say that is because Athena has Mage's Blessing. And she's much more useful in lane. Because of the fact that she can just ult out of lane.
Yes. Enemies in middle lane. Okay.
Well, obviously, it's a mistake that I keep missing stacks here. I keep missing stacks because of the fact I think I had like 6 or 7 archers, and like it's really hard to time damage because I'm used to only 3 archer damage. It's not hard, but I'm just like used to 3 archers, and I kind of know how much damage they'll do. But when there's 7 archers, it gets doubled. You know, even a little bit more than doubled.
On my way. I'll attack right
So,
lane.
then it goes to clear lane. It's gonna be easier for me to just get stacks now.
Your middle tower is under attack. Cancel that.
And then, of course, as I say that, I miss one.
Your right tower is under attack.
Alright, so I just back here to grab my boots too. Is being annoying and just stopping my back. Unfortunately, I think she has another block stack that I wanted to get.
Enemy missing. I'm returning to base.
But I did not get it.
Time to take action.
Okay, literally
So I
all
ulted in that
my
fight
teammates are trolls.
to obviously help them out and blind the enemy team. But I wish I just backed. I mean, I can know beforehand that they weren't going to get a kill. But I ulted when Neja was practically already in the sky. So either I should have ulted sooner or I should have just not ulted at all. So the Janus says that he's killed the Merc. I guess he stood near Neja, so he was able to get a good ring bounce off, but whatever. That happened.
Enemy missing. On my way.
This would have been a really nice point to have my ult. Looks like they have a big engagement in mid lane. Looks like it's a 4v4. But I don't know if anything even goes down.
Set up an ambush here. Okay.
I take purple here. I would usually take red, but I'm not trading at all with Athena. Because she's just, I don't know, she's just not trading.
I'm going for jungle buff. Okay.
I think that's the right choice on her part. I'm pretty strong at Xbalanque. There's just not much she can do. You know, if she tries to put the 3 down, I'll just dash through her so she can't get the taunt off. She just doesn't have reliable damage.
I'm returning right lane.
And she wants to save her abilities and her HP for when she's able to make rotations. So at this point, I do have a level lead, probably due to the assist, the fact that I haven't missed any farm. She just missed farm by rotating out of lane. I take these back camps, and the only reason I take these back camps is because they're triple splitting mid. I really think Merc should have been at those back camps, but he wasn't going to make it, and mid camps were spawning. So they'll be up before you know it. I typically don't want to take those because I want to save the farm for the jungler, but he wasn't going to be at them. And oracles were up, and mids were spawning. Actually, I don't know if oracles were up for sure, but they were on the map for me. Like, I could see the image, so either the enemy team got them or they were up. So I'm just last hitting creeps here to make sure that I get stacks. Unfortunately, Terra kind of pulls the creeps. I shouldn't have autoed the Athena there. I should have ignored her and just went for the wave. So Nisha gets a really good ring bounce here. I mean, it wasn't even like spectacular. He just hit a creep and it bounced to me and Terra a few times, which forces me to just kind of back off. So I have to clear from a range here. I'm not going to be as particular about getting stacks. Looks like I get all but one though. At this point, my devs is already almost stacked, and I should look to be fighting and rotating.
Your right tower is under attack.
So Terra takes that. She thinks that they're going to invade red, so I go help her. It doesn't... Yeah, it's not... This isn't good or bad. This is just... Whoever's at the red will get the farm really in time, because everyone's afraid of it being invaded.
Your middle tower.
So regardless of who goes, you know, to the buff, it doesn't matter. Okay, so Nejak goes to solo side, or solo lane. And we call go to Gold Fury. This is a really good call. We have a man up advantage here. Even though our Janus comes in a little late, we're able to just get this pretty easily. Surprisingly enough, they didn't rotate. I'm surprised because of the fact that Athena's global. Rama could have tried to steal with his snipes. Yeah, I'm just really surprised they didn't try to contest that. We did it quick though. It was a really good call. Again, I probably shouldn't even be wasting my time with the Athena. I know I'm going to stay in lane anyway to get these stacks. And I'm probably going to try to grab this wave and back here because I want Icaval online. I think Xbalanque does so well with Icaval early on. Again, I should not be... One, I shouldn't be backing here because I know she's going to stop it. I'm just being stubborn at this point, and I should not be hitting her with abilities. I should have just backed and got my Icaval. I'm just being stubborn, yeah, really is all. Should have just dashed away, backed, got Icaval, and I could have, like, already been back to lane farming again. But I decided to stay for another wave. At this point, nobody's really contesting me on this wave. Rama can't come to lane. Like, Rama couldn't come and try to fight me. He's level 9. I have 3 levels, and I'm really strong. Especially with Icaval on lane, there's no single chance that he comes to lane and tries to fight me, so I'm not really that worried there. If Nejak comes, I have beads, I have dash, I have ult. If he gets a good ult up, I probably do die, but I don't think he would.
That is fate.
Ultimate is ready.
Alright, so I'm just letting him know that I have ult in case they need it. And for some reason they're fighting in mid, even though Kronos is in the jungle. They should just rotate to him and collapse on him. 4-man collapse on the Kronos. Pretty easy kill.
Enemy missing left. Be careful.
So I just let them know that Athena's missing here. She can ult in. I think it's probably good to make them aware of the fact that there's that possibility. Alright, at this point I'm pretty strong. I should have renewed these wards a little bit sooner. And also, I should have put the top ward a little bit deeper into the jungle, so if I was to replace the ward, I would put it a little bit more to the right to catch that rotation a little bit sooner.
Dude, that guy is literally a bot.
Because there's no point in having it like next to the purple. I don't think that helps. So for whatever reason, Athena kind of just tanks autos here. So I turn off my bullets, which is really good by me, so I don't I avoid hitting her in the tower. I think we played that really well. If I was to do anything differently, I would have backed out of the tower, let Terra tank, and then kind of just go really like hard as possible, because right there I had to dash through the tower just to get the aggro off of me. I could have backed out first, let Terra tank, or not hit the Athena with an auto while I was under tower in the first place, and then let Terra hit her, and then just went really hard, like non-stop autoing her. But I think we played that fine. Didn't have to expend my ult. I didn't have it. Didn't have to expend Terra ult. She has it still. So, that's good. And, like, making a play in left, it's not a big hindrance on the team. I opt into training the Neja for a bit here. And then I make a mistake by dashing into the wall. So, I have to be really careful. So, I just go back to mid. Turn off my bolas because I want to lifesteal as much as possible here. And then just kind of go back. Good job by Janice to just get an ult off and kill the Neja. I didn't mean to take this red, by the way. If I was to go back in time, I would not have taken that red. Alright, so I call attack here because I have ult and I'm going to come in like a bat out of hell. The only thing I do wrong here is I should have went on Cuckoo the entire time. So I dashed through. I Aegis here? I didn't have to Aegis. I should not have Aegis. I thought I was getting taunted into Cuckoo Tornado. And I think I would have died anyway, honestly. So, whatever. Alright, Kronos comes in. I gotta be careful. The second I see him use his stun, I can go in here. I should have held my darts for when he's stunned. And honestly, I shouldn't be too afraid of the stun, because if I see it come out and it does hit me, I can dash through, and the CC immunity on my 3 will go off. So I probably should have gotten a little bit closer to that fight. So I'm just gonna turn off bolas here and lifesteal off the creeps again. I was really confused by that play. I think what the Kronos was doing was like trying to distract us, I guess. I don't know. So I made a mistake there. I walked into the mid creeps, or not the mid creeps, but the mid camps. I weaved in and out of the mid camps because I thought someone would try to either throw an ability, or I honestly was worried about Kronos' abilities. I didn't think he would expect me to run into mid camp, so I was just trying to juke abilities. Turns out no abilities were thrown, and I should have just walked past them and left completely. I was out there, but I went back in to try to help Nox. But really good job by Merc to clean it up. I think he missed his ult. Maybe he hit his ult on 1, but he did clean up the fight really well. We go for Fire Giant here. It's kind of a risky call, especially because of the fact that I'm not there, so we're going to lose out on a lot of DPS because of that. But we do have Mercury. It's pretty much just as much, if not more, DPS than having an ADC there. And the team does a really good job of keeping the Cuckoo out. We know Cuckoo's ult is down. He just used it. But if I was to do anything differently there, I would not have ulted, obviously. I ulted late, but I couldn't see the health on the Fire Giant. So it's tough to, I mean, it's not tough to blame me. I should have been a little bit more vigilant about using my ult, but okay. So I just let my team know here that I don't have actives, so I pretty much have to just sit in the back of these fights and play like really passive. Like the only time I can initiate is if my team gets CC on someone from a pretty far range. I have to stand like completely full distance range. And that's the reason also why I wasn't pulling the Gold Fury there. Alright, so Neja misses the sash. That was really greedy by me. What I should have done was throw my darts and kind of dash through and dash into lane, because I would have got my CC immunity. And been around my tanks at that point, so they would have been able to just peel me. I think we played this pretty well, though. Like I said, if I was to do anything differently, I would just have dashed into lane to my tank sooner. I don't really know how Janice didn't see that. Okay, so I think I got only one auto on that Chronos. That was awful. He was CC'd between Noxroot and Terra Root for a long time. I should have stepped up a little bit more and, you know, got at least 1 or 2 more autos. So unfortunately there I get stunned. I guess I assumed Chronos already used it. And then I have nothing to do besides fight that. I just lazy backed also. I should have kept running around, but I don't think anyone was there to peel me out anyway. If I was to do anything differently there, I wouldn't have stepped up to 3 people and tried to trade autos with the Rama. That was dumb. Like, I can obviously trade the Rama, but when there's 2 mages, one with a stun and the other one with a slow and an AoE, like tons of tick damage.
Let's go, baby.
If I don't do that, if I just kind of let my team fill in and we siege properly, we take this Phoenix like easily. Probably just take everything here if I'm alive. The issue is we don't have much objective damage. Merc does have a lot of objective damage. Just, I mean, nobody else really does. So we do end up getting the Phoenix. Again, I should not have just walked up to 3 people and traded. As the ADC, my actives did come up, so I was kind of like excited to get back into the fight and play the game again. But there is a smart way to play the game, and that was not the smart way. Also, standing in that corner is an awful idea. I should have been in the lane behind my tanks, just kind of waiting for them to hit CC, because I do a lot of auto attack damage at this point, especially that Chronos who doesn't have defense. Well, he has defense, but just not enough to really do much. And now that I have kin size online, I know that I can hit this Chronos super hard, because of the fact that he has Warlocks. Alright, this was a huge mistake by my team. Like a big throw. I know we already got the Phoenix, so it's not that big of a deal. And also, I should have ulted sooner. I didn't think they were trying to fight. I mean, they should have been able. I mean, they shouldn't have been trying to fight because I wasn't in the fight, and it was obviously, I don't know, 5v4, 5v3. And I make a huge mistake here. I walk up to lane. I have no idea what I'm thinking here. Big mistake, and I'm a little tilted, so I spam woo 3 times. Would we ever fight after that siege? Yeah, I don't know. I stepped up to 5 people, and there was only a Janice there. I don't know, man. That was really dumb on my part. So I get a little tilted, and like any good ranked player sort of asked my team why we even fought that. But like, regardless of them fighting that, I shouldn't have went in there. That was just dumb. And totally on me, by the way. It's not on the team. It was me and a Janice. I don't know why I thought I could defend the tier 1. I wasn't paying attention. I was just kind of tilted by the fact that we took a 4v5 fight.
On my way. On my way.
But we still have a lead, a pretty commanding lead, because of the fact that Fire Giant's coming up. Their left Phoenix is still down, so that brings a lot of pressure to the opposite side of the map, so it's really hard for them to defend. And I think I'm pretty annoyed at this point because I see them like kind of fighting without me and Janice. And like there's really, I know Merc does a ton of damage right now, but there's really not much Merc can do by himself. He doesn't have a Magi's, so if he initiates, he has to pretty much either play cleanup crew, or he dies. It's that simple. Or he has to like hit a 5-man ult or something ridiculous so that he can't be peeled off. So I don't really understand the Chronos' pathing here. I wouldn't have done anything differently. I wouldn't have ulted that. Not to kill a Chronos, I don't think. It doesn't seem worth it here. He has like 2 defensive items. He's not that big of a threat.
They're finally dead. Took long enough.
Alright, so me being tilted. Spam's okay a couple times. And then put myself in a really bad position here. I'm like autoing. I do pick up 1, but it's really not worth it. I like stood there tilted because of the fact that Mercury went in on 5 people. And just kind of kill myself because the Chronos comes in behind me. That was stupid, obviously. I should just keep a more level head when I play. and kind of like never stop paying attention. But luckily the team does a good job, and by the team I mean Janice is just absolutely farming this game. Falcon is a super good player. I feel like he plays Janice a lot. Seems like he does at least. So those last 2 kills, or deaths rather, on my part were completely due to bad positioning. I need to pay more attention to my positioning, and I should always be not only behind my tanks, but not in a position where anyone can come behind me and just stun me. Like that Kronos just came behind me and stunned me, and he's not the problem. His damage isn't really the issue, but I was forced to use actives there. After that, Athena kind of just came in and taunted me, and they were able to just kill me. Practically for free, and even though I traded out, it's not worth it. Like, support for an ADC is not worth it. Alright, so I try to get them to not let him back, because I think that I know for a fact me and Mercury can do this Fire Giant, but they do end up getting to back the enemy team. So we can't really just take this for free. Now, we sort of threw, well, we threw a lot in that last fight. We lost our Fire Giant, didn't retake the Phoenix. Now Merc's in right, and he gets the tower. Again, I make the mistake of walking up here. Like, I shouldn't be walking up. And I'm having a tough time trading this Kronos. Well, it's not that tough, but I did miss the last auto. That last auto would have killed. I force his ult, and then the biggest mistake I make is walking or dashing through the fire pit. First of all, I should have dashed through the fire pit. My team like wasn't there to help me. And then I knew I was going to aggro onto the Fire Giant and take bonus damage. Also, in that last fight, the reason I fought that Kronos is because there's no escaping the Kronos. Either I trade him with autos, or I do 0 damage, which would just suck. Now, this Janice is doing a really good job of just kiting Kronos around. And they're kind of just like baiting here because I think they know they can kill this Kronos. So they're just waiting on abilities, and they just end up just slamming him. I don't really know where the enemy team is at this point. I feel as if they probably could have helped their team, but I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Their team comp is really weird. So after that, after Falcon does a really good job of, you know, making us even in that team fight, I suppose, because we lost me and Merc, and then he got 2 kills. We just head to FG. At this point, I'm pretty frustrated with the Mercury. He's certainly not a bad player, but he is trying to be the hero in these fights. He has full damage built. He's been like just trying to ult on 5 people. I don't know, man. It's just like your typical ranked syndrome where people are trying to be the hero and like win the game for you. I shouldn't have tanked Fire Giant here. It doesn't matter too much because there's no one that can really safely contest this. Our burst damage is more than Kronos, and Athena doesn't have much. Like, same thing for Athena. She doesn't have much burst. I should have let someone else tank, though, because of the fact that you do reduce damage while you're tanking FG. So it just takes longer. And I do a lot of DPS at this point at full build. I should have backed sooner. I don't know what I'm doing, just walking around. I shouldn't have cleared that wave. Should have backed, grabbed my oboe. Yeah, I would have had enough gold. I have 250 more gold than I needed, and I don't. I mean, words are nice here, but I certainly don't need them. So I should have not done that wave. I should have backed with my team and got my oboe. So Janice is asking to pause because he has to go to the bathroom here. And I have my 1 activated. If you guys don't know, the 1 stops you from pausing. I didn't find this out till, I don't know, a couple of games ago, and someone was in comms with me and said, can you turn your 1 off? And it ended up pausing. So at this point in the game, we're looking pretty good. We are full build. There's nothing I would trade out for any items right now. I'm trying to think. I would consider Atalanta's bow instead of this oboe, just because I like the power on Atalanta's bow. The movement speed is kind of just a bonus for me. I really like the 30 power and 30 attack speed, 30% attack speed. But I think I'm fine with this. My biggest concern in this game has really just been this Kronos. He just keeps coming like behind me and stunning me. So that's been pretty frustrating. But at this point, he has 3 defensive items. The only thing I do have to watch for is the fact that he has a wing blade, so I'm going to try to avoid using my darts on him, because my dart's too slow and it will proc his wing blade, and I don't really want it to. He's quick enough as it is, so we're gonna unpause here and grab this Gold Fury extremely fast because we have a Mercury Xbalanque. Realistically, I probably shouldn't have dashed into lane there. Doesn't really matter too much, but you know, in case someone is around the corner like on Asia or something that can just kind of one-shot me. So Janus gives me this red for objective damage mainly. Also, he might already have our red. That was poor pathing on my part. I should have went through the lane. Shouldn't have went through the jungle. Again, I don't know where people are. We do have really good ward coverage, but there could have been someone waiting under the tower in mid. I make a mistake here of pushing up. I realize the fact that they have Rama rooted, so I go in to get some free autos, but it's not worth it. Like, I should be hitting the target that is the furthest, or the closest to us rather, so that the other targets can't get damage on me while I'm autoing. Alright, so this Ninja ults in, and I can beat this. But as I'm in the air, I say no problem, and I knew this wasn't going to be a huge issue. He just doesn't do enough damage with 2 defensive items. If he had damage items there, he would have killed me. Like 2 damage items. He probably, maybe not, but he definitely, actually, yeah, he probably would have killed me. If he had like a Deathbringer and like a Titan's Bane. He would have killed me there. So I think I played that well overall. If you guys have any questions or you thought I could have done anything differently, leave it in the comments below. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.
100,000 for the chain and I'm a dog. When I pull out the garage, I chop my top. Just on a fiend when I start, I cannot stop.